Wake up with insurance news at 6:30 a.m. only on Insurance Alerts. We are India's largest and Asia's second largest, most dedicated insurance news platform. We have a reach to over 1.5 lakh of people, which includes 1.2 lakh of insurance agents from 200 towns. Insurance Alert now spreads to over 20 countries. So you can now download our mobile app from the Play Store, or you can visit our website at www.insurancealerts.com.
Welcome to Insurance Alert Broadcast. I am Vivek Jain here. Every industry has their own wish list from the finance minister. What is the wish list of insurance industry, specifically of health insurance? We will find out from Dr. S. Prakash, Managing Director, Star Health and Allied Insurance Company. Welcome to the show, sir.
Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.
Thank you so much. My best wishes to all the viewers. So the ask is going to be almost like, the same. But in specific, I want it to be very meaningful. So for example, the benefits can be enhanced to 75,000 tax benefits on health insurance premium because of the modern advancements and enhancing corporate medical care facilities that are available in India. Healthcare cost is constantly increasing. Keeping medical inflation in view, I think the benefits for an ATC should be enhanced from 50,000 to 75,000. And when it comes to GST, I know every one of us, the insurance premium, majority comes from group, close to 43-44% comes from group. Then another 42% comes from retail insurance, the balance from government insurance. From the group insurance, 18% GST, we can continue because they can always recover. But in the retail customer, paying 18% insurance for a personal accident cover and for a disease-specific policy, no, we are finding it very difficult when we price the premium. I think, health insurance companies should do an all-inclusive approach to offer health insurance cover for people who are not only healthy, but also suffering from diseases like diabetes or hypertension or heart disease or even cancer. So if we have to come up with innovative products which can cover people living with diseases, I think there should be a benefit of GST for specific health insurance products, if not for all. Like for a personal accident policy, for a disease-specific policy, or for a policy for people with mental illness and physical disability, there should be some exemption in GST. I think we request the government to come forward to introduce exemption in GST for this segment, and then they can scale up based on the experiences. And one more thing, what we encounter is the tax benefit. Most of the insurance companies now, they are trying to follow 1/365 method of accounts reporting. And this is the industry standard. Whereas the tax charged is based on 50% URR. So they want also they can allow URR of 1/365 basis. That's one of my request here. And the third thing is, most of the corporate companies now today is an era most of the insurance companies are growing very fast and they are looking at going in for public. And they are also offering ESOP to their employees. So the tax on ESOP, my only request is the tax on ESOP there should be only one tax, and that is long-term capital gain tax. Now today there is a perquisite tax at the time of, and again, there is a short-term or long-term capital gain tax. So ESOP is subjected to two different taxes. It will be very kindful if the government can come forward because the employees are working for the organization. And finally, when it comes to the benefits that they accrue from ESOP, they end up paying double taxation. So there should be one taxation, that is long-term capital gain tax for ESOP. That's my request. And the next request will be on the FDI. We are strongly believing that this budget should give us that good message that FDI will be increased to 74%. The final thing what I want to say, as a doctor in the health insurance space, what I see, most of the small and medium segment hospitals are not able to survive. This is not good for the country. It is number one going to increase the healthcare cost, because if there are no small and medium hospitals, even for minimal procedures and minor ailments, people may go into a big corporate hospital, and this will increase the healthcare cost. The access to a man who lives in a semi-urban area or a rural area will be lost. And I know, as a doctor in the health insurance sector, I know a lot of genuine service-oriented small hospitals which are not able to survive. There is no subsidy on property tax or EB charges. They are continuing to pay 18% tax on medical equipments which are not life-threatening. Usually, like if I want to buy a laparoscopy or an ultrasound machine or an X-ray machine, so they are paying 18% tax GST, whereas when they charge the patient, they cannot charge any GST. So they cannot recover that expense also. And smaller hospitals, they used to tell me, they are paying GST not only for buying the equipment, even for AMC. So these things, I think, there should be some consideration towards small and medium-sized hospitals, because common man still expects medical as services. They are not looking at it as a commercial commodity. Any medical help given by a doctor in a small hospital or a nursing home in a rural area, particularly when the patients are their family, he is a family doctor for decades. There is naturally an expectation by the customer, by the patient, that the doctor should give a subsidy. And the doctor ends up giving a subsidy. But is he getting a subsidy? No. So what happens? This allows the hospitals to have differential cost with insurance. They are trying to compensate the subsidy that they are giving to the cash-paying patient from the insurance, and they are trying to charge more from the insurance companies. And this differential charging between insurance and the paying patient is not healthy in the long run, you will understand. So my request is there should be some consideration on the GST, on medical equipments, on the tax structures that are levied upon smaller and medium-sized hospitals. And as an insurance company, I also have to join the government to see that I empower the small and medium hospitals, which should help every common man in this country. And also in a large way, it can help to reduce the healthcare cost in our country. So these are the things, because I wanted the service-oriented hospitals to shine and continue, and I don't want them to fade away. So as an insurance company, I am willing to help survive these smaller hospitals. The government also should come forward with some measures to help the continuity of these smaller and medium-sized hospitals, which are run by some of the very, very experienced and service-oriented doctors. So these are some of the small things that came to me. I'm very thankful to Insurance Alerts for the opportunity given to me to express my views. And I consider this as my humble submission to our government. Thank you all. Good luck.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Want to see the best videos of insurance industry and interviews with the CEOs, CMOs, COOs, CDOs of insurance companies, brokers, TPAs. There's only one way you can look it up to. That is Insurance Alerts broadcast channel on YouTube. So you better subscribe to our channel, you visit and get notified with all of our new videos on insurance.